Hey guys, welcome to another Coturnix Corner Live. Glad you guys could join us. I figured I'd go live tonight. I didn't have a whole lot going on, so I don't have a guest today, but I thought, what the heck, we'll go live anyhow. I hope everyone's doing well. I see we got a few people over in the chat room already, so welcome to the show. Shout out to our sponsors as always, HP Murray over at Gopher Ridge Quail Farm and Hatching Time. Both these guys supply giveaways to give away on the live streams. HP Murray donates a 30 count of hatching eggs, and Hatching Time gives us a $50 gift certificate for you guys to spend on their website. So I appreciate it much. Couldn't do it without the sponsors. We could, but it wouldn't be as fun. Let's see. For those of you who missed Sunday's live, it was great. We had a celebration live on Sunday to celebrate the channel hitting 60,000 subscribers, which to me is unreal. But it was great. Had HP Murray came on the show, Gage Garrett from Twisted Garrett Farm, Leah Coolis from Southern Biophiliac. Who else do we have in here? Aaron from Gidraz Family Farm. He was in the house. And Maury Strubble from West Michigan Quail. They all joined us. We had a good time, answered some questions, and basically just celebrated the 60K threshold that we made. And everyone, all the guests that came on the live stream, selected winners for prizes that they were giving away. So that was pretty cool. Oh, let's see what else. We also celebrated a 50K membership over on the Coturnix Corner Facebook group. And what we did for that one, we gave away the incubator, the DIY incubator kit, the mini. And the winner of that was Julie LeBlanc. And I still haven't heard from Julie. So Julie, if you're in the house or if you watch this live, contact me with your shipping information, and we will get that kit sent out to you as soon as possible. Let's see, what else did we do that's new? We are going to be doing giveaways, if I didn't already mention it, a 30 count of hatching eggs and $50 gift certificate tonight. Oh, a new video. I did a video last week or the week before on incubator comparison. It was between the GQF, the Brinzia, and the Hatching Time unit. And that video went over, pretty good. We're also doing a follow-up video on that starting this week. HP Murray was kind enough to send me some eggs. So we're going to be doing a hatch comparison video between those 3 incubators and see how they do. And mainly it's going to be to kind of explain how the incubators work, how to, get them set up for incubation and whatnot. So keep an eye out for that video. That should be coming out. Well, it'll probably be more like 3 weeks. I probably won't actually upload it until after we do the hatch. So that out of my eyes. But yeah, I think that'll be a real interesting video. What else is new? Am I forgetting anything, guys? Been working the bees a lot lately. I spent, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 hours yesterday out in the bee yard making splits. And then I was again out there today. I found a hive that had a swarm, was getting ready to go into a swarm. So I went in there and I cut out all the swarm cells and put them into individual hatching boxes or hatching nukes, and going to raise a few extra queens. I appreciate that, HB. Eggs went out today. Sounds great. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Cookie's doing great. Her babies are getting big. Oh my gosh. She's finally getting to that point where she'll leave the babies and, actually go for a walk or something and not be. It was funny the first couple of days. She'd leave the room, and then 2 minutes later she was back in there. She didn't want to leave her babies alone. So she's a good mama. All right, let's go ahead and jump in the chat room. If you guys would, for the giveaways, if you can use some hatching eggs, comment Gopher Ridge. And if you'd like a $50 gift certificate from Hatching Time, comment Hatching Time. And yeah, we'll go ahead and put you in the running for that. All right, Reed Carson's in the house, says hello. Glad you could join us, Reed. Snoopy Stacks, that's a tongue twister, says, hey there. We're talking to Reed Carson. Glad you could join us there, Snoopy. Homestead Matters says, happy Tuesday from Eugene, Oregon. Hope everyone's doing well. All Clean Exteriors LLC says, good evening from Michigan. Glad you could join us. Brandon says, I'm new here. Is this a Q&A or is this about a certain topic on quail? No, this is just whatever goes live stream. Normally on Tuesdays, I bring in a guest, but I didn't have a guest. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to go live anyhow just to say hey to everybody. So yeah, whatever you want to talk about, go ahead and post it in the chat room and we'll see what we can do. Savage Daughter Farms in the house says hello, everyone. Woodtick's joining us says good evening from Winter Haven, Florida. Glad you could join us. Snoopy Stack says Nipa here. I don't know what Nipa is. Let's see. Christine says 6 a.m. is too early for me to join on Sundays. I'm glad we have Tuesdays. Yeah, I've heard that a few times from the people out on the West Coast. They're saying they can't get up that early for the Sunday lives. But there always is the replay. You can watch that. But yeah, the Tuesdays, I'll do the Tuesdays as long as I've got a guest. You guys don't want to look at me, 2 times a week. So we'll go ahead and hope that we can come up with some guests for the live stream. I do have a few people lined up. It's just a matter of getting a date set, getting everything organized. Who's Your Quail says hello from Indiana. Glad you could join us. Janelle says, hey, everybody. Alyssa says hello from Arkansas. Hello, Alyssa. Glad you could join us. Dragon Girl's in the house says hi, y'all. Mersad says hello. Glad you could join us. Robert's in the house says hello from Minnesota. Getting for snow and blizzard situations. Yeah, that seems like a common thing up there. I hope you guys make it through. I know that they're saying that we've got not really storms, but we've got rain coming through tomorrow afternoon. But I think it's just the tail end of what you guys are getting. Alexander says, so sad I missed Sunday's awesome live. Yeah, it was a good live. I was really happy that I was able to get, a bunch of guests that wanted to show up. Like I said, HP was in there, and a bunch of other people. I'm not going to go through them all again, but yeah, it was a great live. I should have tried to get this young lady in there, Allie from Maine's Confetti Quail. Hello, everyone. Allie says, glad you could join us, Allie. David says, hello from Virginia. Glad you could join us, David. Anna Bishop's in the house. Says, hey, everyone from Minnesota. Another one up there in that freezing cold weather. Brian says, hey, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, Brian. Confetti Quail says, wahoo, Terry, let's go. Absolutely. Woodchick says, Terry, it's hatch day and your mini did not disappoint. 15 of 20 in the first 12 hours or so. Cool. Yeah, I just set some eggs in my mini. Leah Kulis from Southern Biophiliac Urban Farm was down here in Fort Myers yesterday, was it? Or day before yesterday. And I was out trapping bees, but she stopped by the house and dropped off some hatching eggs, which was very kind of her to deliver them by hand instead of putting them in the mail. So yeah, those went in the incubator yesterday, and hopefully we'll get a decent hatch out of it. But congratulations, 15 out of 20 in the first 12 hours. Not bad at all. Marie says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Marie. Alexander says, how are Cookie and her pups doing? The puppies are getting so big, so fast. I can't believe it. I know, it seems to me like they've doubled in size. But yeah, Cookie's a good mama. She does everything right. We're going to give her a break on the next one. I don't think I'm going to breed her this next heat. But Kurt says, hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Glad you could join us, Kurt. Soggy Dude says, hey, everyone. Glad you could join us. R. Farrell says, hey, from Titusville, Florida. Another Floridian here. Savage Daughter Farms in the house says, it was awesome seeing so many supporting the channel. Yeah, it was it was great. I was extremely happy. I won that we made 60,000. For you guys that don't know, when I first started Coturnix Corner, what was it, 6 years ago? It was just to document some of the builds that I was doing, cages and whatnot, and just things just started going crazy. I mean, I kept uploading videos, and people kept contacting me, asking for more, content. And look where we're at now. I would have never thought that the channel would hit 60K, but we did it, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you much, everyone. Redneck Aquatics says, hello, folks. Building my first quail tower this weekend. Very cool. Snoopy says, that's great at Redneck Aquatics. Yep. Dave says, Sunday was awesome, a lot like Christmas Eve. That was an awesome format. Yeah, well, that's right. Christmas Eve, we had quite a few guests come in here, so that was good. Let's see. Savage Daughter Farm says, oh, nice. We'll definitely be watching those comparison videos. Yeah, I think those comparisons went well of those incubators, because I didn't put it out there as a review video or a recommendation video. It was just put the facts and stuff out there to you guys. Sorry, Mom, I can't take this. I'll call you later. Just put the facts out there, and I didn't want to say one incubator was better than the other one. I just wanted to put everything out there and let you guys decide, because all three of those models are very popular models. I mean, the GQF's been around forever, very popular, especially with commercial guys. Brinzia, that name's been around for a while. I believe Brinzia is a UK brand, if I'm not mistaken. But I've always heard good things about Brinzia, all their models. So it was really nice of them well, it wasn't them, but we got a Brinzia sent to us, and it was nice to be able to review it. And of course, the hatching time. Everybody knows, I use the hatching time. I love them. A lot of people that I know got into the hatching time. I've had a couple of people tell me that they were going by what I said back when I did the hatching time review, and they weren't disappointed at all when they got the unit. So, yeah, like I said, all 3 units are great, but I just want to put the info out there and you guys decide, which one works best for you. Go for Ridge Quails in the house. HP says, Terry, eggs went out today. Appreciate it. I'll be waiting for your invoice at the end of the month. Woodtick says, Sunday was awesome. Congrats again to you and all the winners. Yeah, absolutely. We had some good, nice giveaways. I mean, had some hatching egg giveaways, quail jerky dog treats, honey, egg collecting basket, all kinds of neat things that were given away. Snoopy says, I'm having issues with my incubator. 3 different thermometers, crazy, and lockdown in 4 days. What's your issue? I mean, what's it doing? It's not holding temperature, or is the temperature varying from what your regulator is showing? Maybe we can kind of help figure it out. Alejandro, hope I said that right, Alejandro. When will you be building another cage video? I was thinking about that today when I was out in my aviary. I've got to build a cage. It's an outdoor unit, and I needed to separate some of my birds for breeding. I can't do it in the aviary. So, yeah, it's going to be happening soon. It's just a matter of when I get the material and start building it. But I will record it and I will upload it. Marine says, thanks, Terry. I did find Allie's videos on genetics. I've watched several so far. Amazing. Yeah, Allie's a great teacher. I mean, I love the way she makes things for even people as dumb as me can understand them. It's actually Allie and Klaus Marshall got me interested in genetics. And if it wasn't for those two, especially Allie, for putting the information out there, not saying that I know much, but what little I do know, I learned most of it from Allie. Brian says, just picked up a new 1502 Sportsman. Congratulations. My quail trays are going to be in Thursday. Can't wait to throw some eggs in it. I found out, and I didn't know this before, but I had bought some, I call them egg collecting trays, the blue ones that I've showed them on several of my videos. They fit perfectly in the GQF. And I think I got, it was 6 of them for like $12 on eBay. It was really cheap. And they hold, I want to say, like 90 eggs each. So, as a matter of fact, I'll be showing them in the upcoming video. Redneck Aquatic says, this channel is great. I feel like I'm well prepared for this endeavor. Cool. Yeah, we put the information out there, and hopefully that it'll help people out. For the most part, a lot of people have, especially newbies, have said, that the channel helps them immensely. And I'm glad for that. And I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel. It helps me out a lot. Robert says, got a couple orders of eggs coming from Gopher Ridge. Great guy to deal with. Absolutely. Yeah, HP's a great guy. Savage Daughter Farm says HP is pretty awesome. Yes, he is. Got a whole bunch of people commenting hatching time and Gopher Ridge. We will come back to that when we select our winners later on in the evening or in the show. Snoopy says, I'm getting my Gopher Ridge eggs on Friday. Cool. That's right. You were one of the winners Sunday. That's right. Oh, let's see here. Maury's in the house. Good evening from West Michigan Quail. Glad you could join us, Maury. And thanks for being on the show Sunday. It was nice. Don says, wow, I caught you live for once in a long time. Cool. I'm glad you could make it, Don. Appreciate it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, guys? Don, I'm glad you checked in because that just reminded me. Sunday, we picked our winner for the March winner of the Coturnix Kids program. And I'm not going to read everything, but William was our winner. And our judges over at coturnixcorner.com every month they go through and they select a winner, and I really appreciate it. But like I say, William was the winner for March, and he got a lot of really great prizes from our sponsors. These are the sponsors, guys. If you have kids that'd be interested in joining or in, not really signing up, but applying or entering the Coturnix Kids giveaway or program, head over to CoturnixCorner.com, and there's all the information there. I mean, it's real simple. Kids write up a little article, take some pictures or video, and upload it to the channel. There's a special group for that. Upload it, and our judges every month go through, select a new winner, and they don't have to enter, consistently. Once they enter, they're in forever. As a matter of fact, one of our latest winners entered back in, I want to say, June or July of last year. So we hang on to all those, and as the things come up, the judges vote on them, decide which one they want, and so your kids can easily win the stuff. Oh, what I wanted to say was I want to acknowledge our sponsors for that. Wholesome Harvest, they donate a bag of feed. Southern Biophiliac and Big Spring Quail donate hatching eggs. Bryant's Roost donates an incubator to get the kids started. Pips and Chicks and Champions Blend, which Champions Blend is a feed company run by Carrie Blackman, and they donate a $25 Hatching Time gift certificate. I'm sorry, a $25 Tractor Supply gift certificate, and then Hatching Time sends the kids a 2-unit layer cage to get them going. So appreciate it, all the sponsors for that little program there, and it's been going great. I mean, the kids or the parents always send me either videos or pictures, and I try to get them posted over there on CoturnixCorner.com. But it's neat to see the kids, putting their stuff together, the cages, or hatching out their first batch of eggs. So if you have kids that might be interested, head on over there and get them entered into that. Redbeard Rebel said, so I've had my quail for 6 months now, and they still have not laid a single egg. I have 3 males, 11 females. I just added artificial LED lights to my aviary. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, most likely will. Mine, matter of fact, they don't have any supplemental lighting on them yet. And they just now, I've only got, I think it was like 20 birds out there. I'm getting like 2-3 eggs a day. It's not very good, but the lights will definitely help. I don't know how well the LED lights work. I know they will work because a buddy of mine had them and they worked fine for him. But I think a couple of people have told me that they prefer more of a daylight hour temperature, like, what is that, 56K for daylight? I always like the warmer temperature bulbs, but yeah, any light just to, get them laying again. Tater Farm's in the house, is late, but accounted for. Good to see y'all. Glad you could join us, Tater Farm. Brian Allen's in the house. Is good evening from Alabama and Gopher Ridge. Potty Plotter from the UK. Glad you could join us. Last Sunday, we had a lot of people from across the pond join us. It's good to see people, joining in. I don't know what time it was over there on Sunday morning here, but and I think we had like a half a dozen people from across the pond. Saga Dude says, how large of an apiary does I need to raise? 150 to 200 bobwhites. When you put apiary, I think you meant aviary, but apiary is a bee yard. But for an aviary, I don't know if you want it for like a flight pen. A good person to talk to on that would be H.P. Murray. He knows a lot about game birds. But 150 to 200 bobwhites, I would think you would need something pretty decent size. Like maybe a 12 by 20. I don't know how bobwhites are as far as crowding them. I know Coturnix, they don't mind it, but bobwhites, a lot of guys want a flight pen so the birds learn that flight response, especially if they're using them for, either hunting or training dogs or whatnot. I see Don says tomorrow I get to pull out my incubators and all the quail stuff I have in storage. HP will be sending my eggs next week. Very cool. Yeah, it's neat when hatching season starts coming back around. Savage Daughter Farm says square foot per bird on bobwhite is normally recommended. Okay, there you go. I wouldn't even have thought it was that much. But yeah, there you go. Allie says, I'll be on with you as soon as I've got some fun things going again, looking into NPIP testing. So I can relocate to a new state, itching to start working with Naomi's babies. Cool. We're waiting on you, Allie. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, we're here. 340 Quail Farm says, hey, everyone. Central Florida checking in. Glad you could join us. Child of God's in the house says, hello. Glad you could join us. Savage Daughter Farms talking to Redbeard Rebel. Give the light some times and check your feeds. Make sure all the females are exposed to a male. Good advice. Raw Food Writers says, just wanted to say thanks for all the informative videos. Absolutely. I don't know how you people can stand to look at me through all them videos, but I appreciate it. Brock says, good afternoon, everyone. Like the incubator review. Yeah, that was a fun video to do. I actually had to take a couple weeks. Well, not really a couple weeks, probably about 5 or 6 days to familiarize myself with the new incubators, the GQF and the Brinzia. But once I did, it was a fun video to do. Cam says, I thought I was on the website the other day with Prince and they were in Titusville, Florida. I thought I was on the website the other day with Prince and they were in Titusville, Florida. I don't know how to make of that. Cool. Well, glad. Thanks that you joined us. Really appreciate it. Zerion. Hey, your videos have been a great help so far. I successfully hatched multiple Coturnix and button quail. Tomorrow I will start incubation of some northern bobwhite quail eggs for the first time. Cool. Good luck with the bobwhites. Snoopy says different readings on each device. I just reset one device and it's the same as the Gobi that I just got. Okay, I know what you're saying, different readings. I'm curious to what your regulator's reading, but yeah, definitely if you've got multiple thermometers, you want to go with whatever thermometers are in agreement as far as temperature. Although I've seen multiple thermometers be wrong and the only one that was different was right. But yeah, and also compare them against your regulator, and see how close they are to that. Some of the regulators you can go in and actually adjust the settings to make your regulator match. It's basically calibrating the regulator to your thermometers. Stefan's in the house. Will you upload cut sheets for the new cage video like your past ones? Yeah, if it's a decent cage, yeah, definitely. I pretty much do that on all the builds anyhow, but yeah, we'll do that. Bryant is definitely interested in seeing those blue quail racks. If I don't have one in here, I'd show them to you, but yeah, I'll definitely, show you on that video. Kid Ross Family Farms in the house. Aaron says, hey, Quailers. Glad you could join us, Aaron, and glad you joined us on Sundays live. It's a good time. Sexton Outdoors says, great information you put out. It helped me a lot a few years ago. Cool. Appreciate it. Vaughn Taylor says, hi, Al. 18 out of 21 hatched. It was great. Yeah, that's a good hatch rate. I would have been happy with that. Let's see. Sexton says, how do you win eggs? Just comment over in the chat room, Go for Ridge. And at the end of the show, I'll go through and I'll select a winner. And yeah, that's how we do it. Vaughn says, I love my Terry Baiter. I don't call them the Terry Baiters anymore. I just call them the DIY kits, but I appreciate that. I like them too. I mean, matter of fact, I just set eggs in my mini, and because I know it does really well, so I'm excited to see what hatches. Confetti Quail says, if I can help it, anything together specifically for the kids in color breeding, please let me know, Terry. Happy to help. Cool. I appreciate that, Allie. I'll talk to you more privately and we'll get something going. Let's see, Don Skins in the House says, hello from South Mississippi, waiting for the nasty weather. Yeah, I think everybody is I saw up north they've got a blizzard coming, and we got some pretty rough weather in the southeast United States going to hit us. So. Allie says, if I can put anything together specifically for the kids and color breeding projects, please let me know. Happy to help. Absolutely. I will do that. Thanks, Allie. Talking to me. Don says, I always have used bright LED rope lights strung through my cages. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that too, and they seem to work out pretty good. Aaron says, Don, skin, the weather is here in Louisiana. Oh, you guys are already hitting it. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, my back is killing me today. Let's see. Lindsay says, I'm so sorry. I was helping my son with wood burning 4-H projects. How can the contest be entered? Greetings from Buckeye, Arizona. If you're talking about the Coturnix Kids project, head over to coturnixcorner.com and all the information's there. If you're talking about winning the hatching eggs, just comment over in the chat room. Wood Chick says, don't forget to hit the like button. Absolutely. How many people? We got 2 likes. Let me refresh this computer. Sometimes that lies to me. Oh, we got 35 likes. That's better than nothing. Edwin says, have some button quail and they hate any new birds. Recently started on Coturnix and have 2 hens. Will they be nice to a new Coturnix hen? I know they're much less territorial than the buttons. It depends. I mean, I've introduced birds sometimes and all went, no problem. I've introduced birds and had them just about kill each other. So yeah, just a lot of times when you're introducing a new bird, you can do it like at night when the other birds are, half sleeping. And then by next morning, they're fine. I've heard some people say they spray apple cider vinegar on the birds prior to, or on all 3 birds. And that'll stop them. I don't know how well that really works, but some people say you can rearrange the furniture inside the cage if you have any, and that sometimes works out. Let's see. Cam says, my first thought of Bob White is how spooky they are, though I love that they roost. Spooky. How are they spooky? Necro Kitty says, my chicks are pretty flighty. They are getting their wing feathers in. I'm scared of losing one in my house. Wow. I don't even know how to answer that one. I guess don't let them out in your house unless they're your pets or something. But talking to Cam, it says you're likely seeing one copy of dotted white, heterozygous dotted white, and they're commonly referred to as tuxedo variety. And the dotted white can be with any base or color mutation. Thank you very much for that, Allie. Dave says university studies showed best egg production with warm and warned against going to blue because they observed aggression issues. Okay, there you go. Cam says, I replaced my LED with incandescent Christmas lights. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying that they were using like white Christmas lights or even white and yellow combinations. Camp says I didn't like my speech to text. I deleted it, but it still showed up on your end. Yeah, I think if it's on YouTube right now, I'm reading my chat through StreamYard. But if I read it over here on YouTube, I think YouTube actually pulls them. Dave says, when are you going to have Michael Rose on again? He is supposed to be letting me know. We've already discussed the topic, and he's just waiting until they got something finished up on his end. And once he does, we'll bring him back on. Vicky's in the house. Says hello from Oregon. Glad you joined us, Vicky. Robert says hi from Indiana. Brian says raining tonight in central Michigan. Yeah, I think that front's already on top of you guys. Robert says have eggs in the mail. Should start my first batch on the way this Friday. Cool. Good luck on the hatch. From My Life says I've strung warm Christmas lights in my cages with success. Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. Kurt says just had my 5th and best hatch since I started in October, 2 of which I collected from my own birds. Cool. Coturnix Corner and Maury Strauble have been a wealth of information. Thank you. Cool. Glad it's working out for you. 340 Quail Farm says question. Hatching shows pictures of hatching baskets alongside egg rails at the same time. Have you tried locking down while eggs are incubating simultaneously in the same incubator? I have. I don't do it all the time because I have multiple incubators. So I usually dedicate. Normally my mini, my DIY incubator, that's normally my dedicated hatcher. But I have done, just more out of being lazy, not wanting to set up another box. I have done staggered hatches where, especially down here where the humidity is so high that I can go into lockdown sometime without even adding water, without even raising the humidity, and still get 50% humidity. So I just throw them on the shelf down below it in a hatching tray and they hatch out fine. I don't really recommend it for, if you're up north, where it's a little bit drier humidity and you can be adding water and say your humidity gets up around 60-65%. I mean, it's really not going to hurt the eggs that are incubating, especially early on. But if they're, halfway through, it's better practice not to. But can it be done? Yeah. I mean, if you look at these incubators that we just, did the video on, every one of them says staggered hatches, and you can, hatch out at the same time you're incubating. So, I mean, I prefer not to. I prefer to have a dedicated hatcher. Our Farrell says, recently added 3-week-old to my flock, and the raccoons got everyone through the 1/2-inch hardware cloth. Since adding electric fence around the pen, no problems. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I had one of my buddy's granddaughters. I gave her some quail last year. She had the same problem, except it wasn't raccoons, it was rats getting up through the bottom and basically chewing their legs off, pulling them down through the 1/2-inch by 1/2-inch wire. So I told them to build a false floor underneath that, and they haven't had any problems with it since. But yeah, electric fence will do the same thing. Vicky says, what's the oldest age you've processed birds? I normally process mine pretty young when they're for my consumption. Not because the meat's going to get any tougher, but it's just because I prefer, I really like the legs. And I notice the legs are a lot better when the birds are 8 to 10, even 12 weeks old. But like older birds, if I've got to cull older birds, I don't just cull them and throw them away. I butcher them and, cook up the meat for my dogs. They really seem to like it. But, I mean, I've heard people say that they've butchered birds that were, pushing a year old, and they were just as good as if they were, 8 to 10 weeks old. So. Let's see. Bob White seem easily spooked. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Go for Ridge eggs, please. We are wanting to hatch a new batch for our homeschool and replacement batch. Our little old lady, 5-year-old, just passed last Friday. Oh, that sucks. Okay, you're in the running for it. Cam says, did the Brinzia in Titusville, Florida show up? I didn't hear you say it. Maybe you two didn't like the link I posted for scratch and dent. Now I'm really lost. Did the Brinzia? I don't know what I'm lost. You have to explain that to me a little bit better because I'm not good at figuring out, especially you two. It sounds like you're talking about bands here. Did the Brinzia in Titusville, Florida show up? You got me. Don says, started raining about 3 today here in south central Illinois, 60 degrees today, and snow showers tomorrow. Wow. Oh, YouTube, not YouTube. Okay, let me go back to that. Did Brinzia show up in Titusville today? I didn't hear you say it. Maybe YouTube didn't like the link I posted for scratch and dent. I still don't know. Maybe YouTube didn't like the link. That's possible, but I just don't know what you're talking about. Did the Brinzia in Titusville, Florida show up? You're confusing this old man. Claire says, thank you so much for showing how to make your quail cages. I made 2 amazing cages for myself and my nephew, and we're so happy with them. You're amazing, and we love following your great advice. Well, you guys are going to make my head swell up. You're welcome. I appreciate, the everything that you're saying, and I'm glad your cages worked out for you. Let's see. Where are we at here? I'm lost. Tater Farm says, I wonder if we could ever persuade HP to do a live on Bob Whites, since so many are interested in knowing more about them, including myself. I'll talk to HP and see what he says. I don't know that HP's doing Bob Whites now, but I know he used to, so I'm sure he's got, plenty of knowledge on the subject. But yeah, we'll talk to him and see what he says. Maybe he can do something on all game birds because HP does a lot of different game birds. So Choo Choo's in the house. Says, hello, everyone. Greetings from Miami, Florida. Glad you could join us, Juan. Tell your wife I said hello. Don't forget to like the live. It really helps the channel. Appreciate that, buddy. Cam says, you were talking about the Brinzia. I posted some stuff and I never heard you say it, so it didn't show up. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I think. She is in Titusville, Florida. I just found that out the other day. I'll be darned. I didn't know that. Snoopy says, please hit the thumbs up. And Soggy Dude says, Tater Farm, I'd like to be in on that as well. Really wanting Bob's. Yeah, like I said, I'll talk to HP and see what he thinks. And maybe we can put something together. From my life said, this seems like the perfect time of year to hatch again. I took some time off and I'm starting up again, I think. Yeah, we're coming up into hatching season. I mean, it's with Coturnix, it's pretty much always hatching season, but it's springtime, and everybody's hatching out chicks, whether they're chickens or ducks or whatnot. So, all right. Well, that brings us down to the bottom of the list over in the comment section. We got one more here. Lindsay says, mating question. The lady gave me a male 3 weeks with Rhineck. Question is, with his neck crooked, will he be able to mate? I saw him chasing a female this morning, but couldn't mount. You don't want to breed them anyhow. I mean, especially if that Rhineck happens to be a genetic issue, you don't want to reproduce that. I mean, if that was my bird, I mean, I don't want you to do it, but if that was my bird, it would have been culled the minute that I saw that. I don't try to fix something that's broken. But yeah, definitely, I wouldn't suggest breeding him. Cam says, I was told about the Brinzia scratch and dent was the same warranty as full price units. Very much could be, but if you're talking about the incubators that I had, the Brinzia wasn't the one with dent. It was the GQF. It looked like something hit it in shipping, and pretty much messed up one whole side. And I think it's only cosmetic. It's not all the way through into the inside of the incubator. But yeah, I need to contact them and see if they'll send me out a new panel, especially if I'm doing videos on the thing. Danny says, new to quail, made one of your incubators this weekend. Cool. And started my first quail eggs 2 days ago. Cool. Congratulations. Good luck on the hatch. I love seeing people build these DIY incubators from scratch. I mean, I like selling kits, but I like it when people go out, and buy the material and figure out how to cut it and whatnot. I'm glad that video's helped so many people. Savage Daughter Farm says he could, but it could possibly be genetic. Exactly. My Shepherd Crew says, do you have anything currently in the incubator that you're really excited about? I just set eggs yesterday from Leah Kulis, Southern Biophiliac, and she sent me some red pansies, and it was neat. I'm glad she brought them down because it's not really what I was looking for, but she promised me last year when she came down here and bought up my whole red pansy line that when I wanted birds back, that she would give me some of the hatching eggs. So I really appreciate that. But no, she sent me, the reason I contacted her was she had some really nice looking pictures of scarlets and red range, and I wanted that bloodline. So hopefully I get some, decent roux infused EB lines out of these eggs. But that's kind of what I'm excited about, because I've always had a thing for, the scarlets and the red range, anything with roux in it. I like roux. So, and I blame that on Klaus Marshall, as Allie calls him, the roux master. Lindsay said, bummer. Okay, we definitely need to get eggs. No other males. Okay, Salvador's in the house. Hi, Terry and everyone. Starting quail today. Cool. Del Chuchu says, any experience with black quails? Yes. I actually had black quails. They were sent to me by William Carl Foster, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago. And I bred them. I think I bred them for, after they matured, probably for 6 or 8 months. And I decided to go a different route with my quail. I wanted to get more into selling meat and eggs locally. Not so much meat, but jumbo hatching eggs locally, because that's what everybody around here wants. And so I got rid of most of my color lines, and I don't even want to go there, but yeah, I mean, the blacks started getting popular again. I've heard people say that they were having issues with the blacks as far as, aggression or breeding problems with them. I never saw that. I mean, I had them, like I say, 3 or 4 years ago, and I had no problem with them. It's just, it wasn't a direction that I wanted to go with the colors. Savage Daughter Farm says, Leah's roux lines are beautiful. Yes, they are. I agree. Sexton Outdoors says, where can I buy your incubator kit at? Go for Ridge. There I go. Send you over to HP site, GulfCoastQuail.com. My Shepherd Crew says, I pre-ordered her Jumbo Ginger Pearl Fee. They are so beautiful, and I'm excited to see them in person. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got, she said she was going to send me some of her ginger line. I don't care for all I want is the gingers. I don't care that anything else mixed in there. But yeah, I'm looking for the ginger line, because I want to tear that line apart and find out. I probably shouldn't say that either. I want to find out what the genetics actually really are on that line. Confetti Quail says, nice, roux EB will be fun. I think so too, Allie. Stephen says, Terry, I want to thank you because my father, my son, and I just built one of your DIY incubators from your videos. We had a lot of fun and shared many laughs. Now it's time to get eggs for hatching. Very cool. Yeah, it's even better when it becomes a family time thing. Del Chuchu, he's in the house, commented earlier. He got one of my kits last year sometime, and it was cool because he wasn't sure about wiring up the electronics and stuff on it. So I had them FaceTime me, and his wife was taking the directions and telling him how to do it. I was telling her, she was telling him, and she was pointing the camera at the incubator while he was doing it. And we got it all wired up, and he plugged it in and turned it on. And you should have seen his face. He was so excited to see the lights pop on, and yeah, it was cool. And here he is right here, matter of fact. Del Chuchu says, I imagine egg demand for quail eggs is booming right now. Yeah, they are. I mean, a lot of people that used to buy eggs from me have been calling me up, not consistently, but, quite often, wanting to know if I've got eggs yet. And I'm like, nope, can't supply anything. Not right now, anyhow. Danny says, what would be the lowest safe humidity for a dry hatch? Is 30 to 35% too low. I've done a complete dry hatch from start to finish at 35% and had a decent hatch rate. What I normally do is I'll dry hatch or dry incubate at 30 to 35. And then on day 14 or 15, I'll lock them down and bump it up to about 50 for the hatch. But yes, I have had hatches go straight through at 35% and still had a decent hatch rate. Brian says, any update on the large Terrybaiter? I just remember that you were testing it with ceramic heat emitters. Yeah, okay, let me explain that about the heat emitter. I had somebody contact me saying that the heat emitters or the reptile heating bulbs get really hot. You have to have a ceramic socket to put them in order to keep, something from catching fire or whatever. So what I did was I used these heavy duty outside, I don't know if they're waterproof or what, but they're water splash proof, I guess you'd call them, sockets. Anyhow, that's what I've been using. And first I tested it out on the Mini and had no problems. Did a hatch on it, no problems. But when he had emailed me and we were talking about the heat, I actually went out and I put my hand on that socket. I turned the fan off so it wasn't cooling the bulb, and I just let it run straight with the light on or with a heating element on. Put my hand on that socket and I just held it there, and I did not get burned. It was, I won't say hot, but it was warm, slightly warm, but there was no issues there. I mean, I know it's not going to start a fire. The light bulbs actually got hotter, I think, than that ceramic heating element does. As far as the large incubators, we're testing it to make sure that it'll hold temperature. So far, it seems to be doing pretty good. Temperature is dropping a little bit lower than the Mini, and that's probably because of the volume of inside the cabinet, just the space volume. So I'm trying to come up with a combination, whether it's right now we're running two 25 waters. I tried a 25 and a 50, and that on the high end was getting too hot, but it wasn't dropping on the low end as far as the 25s are. So yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm hoping to have a combination that will work perfect before I recommend it to anybody. I mean, the kits still work fine if you can find either the 75 watt halogen or the 60 watt incandescents. You can still, use that big incubator. But before I recommend the ceramics and the changes that we do inside the incubator, which basically put it into Celsius mode, I just want to make sure everything's right. But it will be, I would say this week. No, next week sometime, not this week. Gochuchu says, I can't recommend the Terrybaiter enough. We were able to do a dry hatch with HP Murray, white quail, and then some of my own buttons. Love the versatility of the incubator and the brooding box. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of good results and a lot of good reports, from people that have used it. They all say that it works well. What day is lockdown day for buttons? I have no idea. I don't do buttons. If anybody in here knows, but Del Chuchu said 15. Appreciate that one. And a bishop says the danger zone for dry incubate is 15. I think that mostly pertains to those in the Midwest where our humidity fluctuates so much. There you go. Yeah, like I say, I mean, in Florida, our our relative humidity seems like it's always over 50%. And that's not in the summertime. Summertime is like 80, 90% because we're in rainy season. But when my incubators are out in the old quail room, my shop, I call it, I can get by with doing a dry hatch, no problem. And I kind of monitor the hygrometer, and it always seems to be hanging right around between 30 and 40%. So, yeah. Savage Daughter Farm says day 15 on the buttons. Seven says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate it if you guys did. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm. They kind of show the videos a little bit more. Edwin says, I have a hen that is getting a bald spot on its head with no males present. What could this be? Stress, bumping into the ceiling. Is that the only bird that you have in there? It could be one of your other hens is either pulling feathers, and I've even seen hens try to mount other hens. So it could be from that also. Joe Chuchu says, do you recommend any sheds for an incubator quail room? Definitely not a metal shed. I mean, I know a guy that he had a wood frame shed that was wood, but he actually had to put an air conditioner in there to keep it cool enough in the summertime. It was just getting way too hot, not only for the birds, but, for the incubator and everything in there. But, anything that's well insulated, stay away from the metal sheds, unless you could maybe put it in the shade somewhere, under some trees where it's not going to get as hot. But, if you don't have an air conditioner, maybe you could put some fans in there, good circulation fans, one drawing air in, one blowing air out. But yeah, Juan, get a hold of me, buddy. I got to send you another incubator. All right, guys, that brings us down to the bottom of the list, and it's almost 8 o'clock, and I told my wife I'd be done by 8 o'clock. So we are going to give you guys some prizes here. Oliver, if you're still in the house, you're getting a $50 Hatching Time gift certificate. But I can't even talk today. Let's see, where are we at? Hannah, you're gonna get some hatching eggs from Go for Ridge. Both you guys need to email me your shipping information. Need obviously address, but good. Don't forget your email. Everybody seems to forget their email. A good phone number, a good email, and your address, and send it to Terry at Coturnix corner.com, and I will forward that on to the proper people. All right, so that was Hannah for the hatching eggs, and who did I say for the? Oh man, I didn't write it down. All right, help me out, guys. Who did I call for the? Oliver, thank you. All right, guys. See if we got any more quick comments. I don't see that. Thank you, Necro Kitty. Appreciate that. Stefan says, congratulations, winner. Thank you, Terry. Absolutely, guys. I appreciate everybody joining me tonight. We're going to work on getting some guests lined up here pretty quick. I'll talk to HP about doing a game bird live stream. See what he says on that. But again, I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thanks for helping me build the channel, guys. Making it to 60K was probably the farthest thing in my mind, from my mind, when I started the channel. I would have never thought that it was going there. I see that Andy Rabbit just popped in the house and said, hello. Andy's saying, why are you going live tonight and didn't tell me? Oh, you're at work. Okay, I won't tell anybody you're at work. But I'm glad you could join us. But anyhow, guys, like I said, thanks for, being a part of the channel and joining us on the live streams, commenting on all the videos, and members over there on the Facebook group. It's much appreciated. Yeah. Robert says, my black's very calm. Snoopy Sex is awesome. I was thrilled to get 1K. Oh, I remember my first 1K. It was unbelievable. I was really celebrating. I never thought I would. I mean, who would have thought 1,000 people would want to watch the channel? And then 2,000, then 5,000, then 10,000. It just goes on and on and on. So anyhow, I'm done dragging this out. Join us next week, Sunday, guys, on the Morning Musings. And we'll see if we can't line up a guest for next week, Tuesday. Have a great night, a great week, and we will see you all this coming weekend.